Greetings and welcome to Tide-Reaver presents Flotsam and Jetsam Season 2, Episode 18. I am your host. Adam is the DM. Ahmed is on his way. Mark is working. How you doing?
We're doing all right. We went to the. I do some volunteer stuff with Dogtails out by Toronto. It's an animal rescue. I spent some time there. I found out that the dog we're fostering has a very friendly relationship with a giant horse named Barbie. It's like this tiny little busted poodle. I was pushing the dog to go see the vet there, and then the horse's like massive head and neck comes out of the stall, and it's like, oh, it's smooches time. I'm like, holy shit. I've dealt with big animals before and that sort of thing, but I've never had like a super good relationship with horses. I've preferred cows and pigs, and I never really liked turkeys, never really liked chickens, never really liked horses. I find all those things where I never really got along with.
They're just too dumb.
Well, chickens and especially turkeys are stupid. Turkeys are stupid and feral. Like they are dinosaurs, right? Chickens are messy, and they're like, it's hard to get attached to them. They're very easy to see as like non-thinking, non-feeling.
Yep.
And then horses always seemed, it's part of the contrarianness in me, I guess. Everybody loves horses, and it's like, well, it's like the cow loves you more.
I don't especially like them. I got bit by one in the kindergarten, so
you got bit by a horse. Oh, there's your sympathy here. This anti-horse rhetoric. No, I tried to back in high school. I was attempted to date a girl, and she had horses, and there was this whole like, oh, just hop on and we'll go jump on the horse and go for a ride. And guess what? Without a saddle, oh, there's all sorts of problems. Oh, it's not a it's a a long way down.
No, I mean,
everything on the way.
But I was little, and you were feeding the horse apples at this fucking ranch, right? But I guess I had my arm out after I fed the horse, and it came in and nipped my arm, and I remember crying.
Gave you a little bite, and it was like,
gave me a little
bite.
They could. Like nothing bad happened to my arm. It was just probably more scary at the time, being, I don't know, 4 or 5 or something like that. But.
No, it was a interesting, a very cute interaction, very inspiring, kind of like, oh, look at it, it's a Christmas day. But it's a really fun sort of Christmas activity to go see. There was, pigs and horses and all sorts of dogs, and my Antonio, my favorite bull, friggin' 2,000-pound giant fucking bull. Every time I'm there, I gotta say hey. So
I had a totally different 48 hours. So on Thursday night, Friday night, dinner with the parents. Went to the good restaurant here in town, and then went and did open mic and karaoke. Met up with some old gamer friends of mine that were in town for the holidays, and then that set up Saturday night, where we had a bunch more of old gamer friends come to the house, and we just drank beer and played pool and shot the shit and sort of reconnected with some of them after like a long time of not seeing them. So it was really good. Today was just sort of relaxing, and had dinner with the fam, and now it's game time. Yeah. For
nice.
people.
For people.
All right, why don't we do a recap of what happened last game?
We have to go back like 4 sessions?
3. So, well, yeah, kind of. Ganzorg leads a group of Marines to the jungle, a place called Rakau in search of the missing Druidess and to hunt a Manticore. At the Grove, they encounter a circle of corrupted and hostile treants. Banta makes good use of his new mask. That was called Spinning Ape. The next one was Spit It Out. the battle rages at the corrupted treants against the corrupted treants of Rakau, Wero. Woodface and the Mother Manticore retreat from the battlefield. Both sides seek to end a stalemate as the Marines are hesitant to stand toe-to-toe with a humongous but stationary treant at the center of the grove. Ganzorig loses both of his bows to druid tricks. Sun Wu contemplates using a powerful fire gem. And then last game, Black Toad. A powerful druid takes the field of battle, ensnaring many with his spells. Black Dog is cursed. Polymorphed into a toad. Banta is caught in vines. He spent the entire fight caught in that damn vine field. Chincha spots a diminutive caster. In a last-ditch effort, the party forces their way inside to the tree-guarded lair in search of the Manticore and the missing Druidess. And we found them, and we took a treant hostage prisoner.
There was a young treant who surrendered.
Is it a young, simple template treant, or...
It would be a young, simple treant.
Okay, that would make it large instead of huge?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can feel free to have him level up as you would.
Okay.
I just gave all the ones inside -2s to everything.
All right. That means it actually might have a class level, depending on what level.
Right, so you could go for young, simple with class levels, or you could have him grow.
So I created a character sheet. His name is Balmaris Stormbark, and I found a new token for him. It's this treant covered with birds. Got lots of
cool.
birds.
Is that on the Happy Barnacle?
It is not. It is a character sheet in the character.
All right. I will take a peek because that sounds awesome.
I created him as an 8th level character, given that treants are 8th, but I could back it off to 7th, which is the same as our level. And there's a small chance that this ends up becoming Jin's cohort at some point. I think he would get along with the tree as a sun worshipper more than the shapeshifty Naga. The Naga could very well be freaking Gitano's follower.
Gitano's follower. The shapeshifting Naga who worships an aberration and kind of just like, do I go all chaos? Do I go all law? What do I do? Don't know.
So if you wanted... it might take a few levels to catch up and get appropriate, but I'm thinking for a long-term build for a treant, it's a fighter druid.
It is a strength druid. Sounds about right.
Yep.
Some battle buffs and and slugger knots. And
oh yeah, throw in those stones, man. And then it's like, we haven't really played with improved Sunder. And
I played with Sunder in that last fight.
Oh yeah, I'm like, this is a thing. It's a thing.
Well, the ACs are ridiculous and so hard to deal with, but CMDs don't really scale all that super hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Greater Sunder allows you to, even if you do way much more damage, you have the option of leaving 1 hit point on the item.
Oh, cool.
I never knew that line. So it's like, if you really didn't want to break it, but you're like bowling, you want to get to that,
If you want to reach that threshold,
yeah. So, lots of fun. So yeah, we're actually going to switch back to the Happy Barnacle tonight. Is that?
Yes, tonight is a shipbound adventure.
All right, and then the last adventure with those folks was Tsunami Sunrise. The Happy Barnacle leaves port at Bloodcove. A strange storm brews at the center of the Eye of Fathoms. Ganzorig spots something descending in a bolt of lightning. This event triggers a massive upheaval to the currents that pulls the Happy Barnacle forward at great speed. Some of the Marines start to fly and are separated from the ship and make their way to land. Ashore, the Marines encounter a troop of very large apes. The Happy Barnacle battles the currents and helps some fishermen. Strange voices are heard in the storm. Agents of a newly arisen goddess threaten the Happy Barnacle. A bunch of dolphin druids of this fallen and kind of angry, formerly good elvish sea god. Yeah.
Tyrannically good.
We managed to talk our way out of it, we think. I don't know. We're like, they're like, give us all your stuff. And we're like, no, we'll just leave. Okay, then. And they
Do you
sort of
promise to follow all that is the waterly good ways? No. Do you promise to leave the waters? Yes.
we are headed towards Blood Cove, so well, actually, we're headed towards. I forget where we are. Do we need the world map open?
We could go to the world map for a touch. That would be helpful.
All right.
Because you're right around the tip of
Bone Rack Isle.
Bone Rack Isle. That is your current location.
All right, we've saved the map. We're gonna open up Direct and go to the world map.
Yep, you were as far west as about here on the map. You have traveled for a couple of days towards Bone Rack Isle, and you're about to pass Bone Rack Isle. It was outside of the Bone Rack Isle earlier that day where you encountered the escort that was following you and then quickly disappeared.
So how many days? So I've got day of Trisania's Fall, Tsunami, Rescue Captain, Old Mackerel.
Yep.
Party separated on the first day of summer.
Yep.
And then sailing past Bone Rack on the second day.
Yeah. So that's that's correct.
And then how many days did we travel through the jungle to get to Rere Ricauero?
You spent 1 day. I believe it was 1 day to get to 1 day. Then land, rest, 1 day of travel, rest, attack, rest.
Okay, so the other group is 2 days ahead.
It was gorillas, rest, day of travel, rest, attack the trees, rest.
Okay.
I have reverted to a small child, and I'm literally speaking in sleeps.
I'm in sleep till Christmas. And I am trying to find the name of the place so I can copy past it because...
I think that logic runs true, because if you skip a sleep, yeah, try counting time. What day is it? No idea.
All right. And how long is it going to take us to get back to Blood Cove?
It should take you. It should take you 2 days. It'd take you 2 full days to get back to Blood Cove.
Okay. At this point.
At this point, yep.
Now, I would ask my fellow players, do we have any business on Bone Rack Isle, or do we want to go and fetch the people that have fireball spells to before we go back there?
Just to remind the crowd, you have there is a haunted staff on Bone Rack Isle.
Yeah.
There is a magical cannon
and a magical rope grappling hook.
Magical rope and grappling hook. And then a big horrible aberration beastie and its spawn. Yeah. I think we're not going to go after the staff now, because the second we do that, we need to beeline to the place where the ocean is deep. Basically, we need to get to the other side of the shackles. Where you get to near the promise of the wreck. Yep.
Yep. And then stopping to grab the cannon would likely mean a fight. And we're down quite a few of our Marines on the boat. So, no, I think we'll just sail past Bone Rack this time.
Okay.
There's probably a discussion about it. Sebastian has asked whether or not he knows Fireball, and he huffs and puffs and
makes little bubbles in his water.
He doesn't like the question, and he deflects a lot.
Okay. The other option, you could go to Squibs if you wanted to. It's pretty much.
No, we want to. They want to find the.
Okay, just you go say, "Hey, Ricky, what's up?"
The boat's in good condition, I think. We have a little bit of damage.
There's a little bit. There was like minor hull damage, and then you were able to prevent any of like your sails or like any major ship
Oh no, actually, there's no damage right now.
Perfect.
Yeah, because we fixed it all in Bloodcove, and then just
And then we're just like,
we were
DC 50's not a
yeah,
problem.
exactly. We were a boss on our rolls, thanks to Barnabas, his new vest, and his cohort.
Molgromere.
Sorry, fuck.
Molgramus.
Mark character.
Guy who fights with Kane, not same as guy who fights with giant. I don't even know what it is. Pointy thing, big pokey thing.
Sebastian reminds me of Barnabas a little bit in his role, and then Molgromere is Mark's character. So that's where I'm.
That's fine. That's fine.
Brain cells.
All right, so you're continuing on past Bone Rack Isle. You're giving Bone Rack Isle sufficient clearance to not have
not
issues
pick up any.
You're not trying to collect treasure. You're not trying to find friends.
Ghoul mosquitoes or horrible swarms of aberrations. Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh, ghoul mosquitoes would be funny without the fireballers. Anyways, or your healer.
We don't want to go to Horror Island.
Horror Island. Okay. You continue to sail past Bone Rack Isle. On the horizon, if we could go back to the other map, we're basically going to go like this. Bloop.
Save that. Forces
to Happy Barnacle. I'm going to okay, my dolphin army gets to go off to the wind, and I will move my little sailing tug. Okay, there is a is this where everybody is? I think it seems kind of
it depends which watch. Like these three groups are kind of rotating.
Okay. It is midday. So, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I don't know, what shift is that? Second shift?
We'll go with second shift. Probably not your night vision guys if you're sailing through the night.
So let's just make a shift schedule. So the first shift is likely Molgromere's men. Second shift is Black Dog's company, or what did I call them? Black Dog's hounds.
The hounds.
And third shift are the original Barnacle crew. The OGs.
The OGs. Okay.
And then I don't know if the remaining Marines and the captain they probably are rotating throughout.
Okay, so it would be the hounds. It'd be the end of the hounds shift or beginning of the original crew shift, I think. Let's go with the hounds shift.
Okay.
For the hounds, give me a perception check for who would ever be at the above deck.
We'll say Sodak is currently at the helm.
Okay.
He's a decent sailor. And the hounds themselves and the others are in their cabin. So Sodak's perception 24. The hounds do have a perception score. Oh, they did not. Oh. They have limited skills as a warrior troop, and they get an 8. They are guards, but they. Let's see. Rose is awake with the hounds. You get a 14. So highest is 24 from Sodak.
Okay. At a fairly at a much closer distance than one normally would like to be warned about things. So it's about 500 feet away. There is a set of sails on the horizon and a weird puff of smoke. They seem to be heading in your general direction. And your current...
Is this it?
No, this is you.
Oh, okay.
They would be... Here, give me a second. I'll check the scale here. So not to scale. Give me a second. I'll drop the tokens.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is our boat. Right.
No, that's you. That's you. Don't worry about you. You're you. I will grab... So off in the distance, and I will resize. No, it's edit, config, size, free size. Okay, there's a weird boat heading in the direction. It's got some smoke about it, and there's a second ship that is also more visible. That is sort of flanking it.
Are they pirates? Bastards. The fuck is that? It's like some sort of weird churning. Is it a steamboat?
It's a steamboat. But it's going way too fast. So here, I'm going to flip this horizontal. And then I will free size. So they're not to scale yet, as you're not quite, but they would be effectively, they're kind of like looking like they're trying to head you off. There's definitely some sort of interaction going on. They seem to be, you're currently on a course that will eventually cross.
I had a question, a question about the mind tether. It's the 50-foot silk rope that creatures touching it may communicate telepathically.
Yep.
Can we cut this up into smaller pieces and still have the magic work?
I think if you cut it, you're going to have a magic piece and a non-magic piece.
I see. Okay. All right. So right now,
or you'd have to throw money at it. You could potentially throw money at it to create. We'd have to figure out how much it costs if we're doing that. It'll probably be half cost.
Experimentation to figure out if this rope allows communication up into a rope trick?
Give me 1 second. That is a very good question. Let me...
You can think about that one later, because I don't think anyone has rope trick on this boat right now.
I will think about that. I think rope trick cancels it because you're going between planes. Okay. I don't think it works between planes because telepathic bond doesn't work between planes.
But extra money you might be able to
get it to
All right. So I think then the rope right now is running from
not from one plane to another. So the basic spell doesn't. So you'd have to upgrade it.
Okay. So basically from a post near where the ship's wheel is,
yep,
to the captain's desk. Like it's kind of running.
You have it running. You're running an Ethernet cable.
Now I also have the question: does Mage's Private Sanctum block this power?
Give me a second. This is a divination spell. Mage's Private Sanctum. It does not prevent sending message or telepathic communication. So no, it does not. It works.
Then it's on his desk, and Sodak right now is like whipping.
He's like wiggling it around.
We got to figure out how to know to
bell on the end of it or something.
Yeah, exactly. So he's trying to communicate with the captain.
Okay. Molgromere. I will roll the check for Molgromere.
Yep.
The first round, Molgromere doesn't notice. Like the rope is flipping around. He's indisposed. 5% chance of not paying attention, and he rolled a 1. So
he's taking a nap.
Okay.
There's telepathic speech with a monkey happening right now. Sodak will get frustrated with that, and he will fire one of his guns to get people's attention.
Silly conversation anyway.
I think at that.
Okay.
I think at that
Yep.
Rose and Black Dog's hounds. He basically points to the ships and alerts the crew as to what's going on. And does it look like there's fighting?
They don't
chasing,
look like
or-
they're. Give me a sense motive or profession sailor.
Yeah. Let's see if Sodak can, since he's the one that is seeing the shit. Sense motive 9, profession sailor 9, d20 plus 9. 28.
28. 28. They are not. No, they are traveling in unison. Like they are.
Do they have a hostile stance towards us? Does it look like they're like going to pirate us?
They could very easily maneuver whatever they're doing into a ramming of your to ram you in the broadside.
Okay.
Now, that being said, if like typical naval broadside cannon fire is usually a little bit better, but they are positioned like they might want to close the distance.
All right. Well, Sodak will maintain distance from them. Like if it turns into them chasing us, then we know we've got a problem. But he'll just slightly maintain distance.
So you're turning so that you're now because right now like originally that you're like parallel coming together.
No,
and
he'll maintain distance until we get order from the captains.
Okay, so you were originally 400 or 500 feet away from each other. With you turning, you've kind of trying to maintain that distance as like 450 feet ish.
Yep.
You could start like this is the longer end range of cannon fire. They could start shooting back and forth if they wanted.
Rose is going to whistle down below, calling up Molgromere's men. Because if we get into fighting, we want Black Dog's men with the weapons and Molgromere's men actually manning the ropes.
Yep.
So there's going to be some shuffling.
You heard them. Above decks, everyone! There's some sort of emergency. Earn your pay. And earn your pain. Daedalus is just trying to do the best he can to substitute for Black Dog. Yeah. People don't listen to them. He whips someone. It's just a gentle.
Melissa will probably come slithering out just to see what's going on.
Okay. Sodak, there's some Morse code being blinked out at you.
Okay. Does he understand what?
Does he understand? He's got ranks of profession sailor. I mean, he's a pretty good sailor, isn't he?
He's got 1 rank, but it's a +9.
It's +9.
High wisdom.
Yeah, he can. He can if like basics he could do. If it gets too complex, he might have issues or might have to roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Somebody fetch the captain and the sea bard. On it.
Fuck it, I'm awake. Molgromere is drunk in the corner. Like he fallen off his chair.
Sebastian was also napping as well.
Okay.
Chum Chum's going nuts, pulling on the rope.
All right. So Celissa has slithered in to wake people up. There's something happening. And then she'll change into her other form.
Technically, there's always many things happening. The universe is mostly uncaring to us individuals.
Not the boring normal stuff. Something fun is happening.
Oh.
Okay.
Mind you, lesser beings are much amused by trivialities of a corporeal existence.
We were almost fucking eaten by Astitia only 2 days hence. I've had about as much fun as I can deal with for 1 week.
True. Is it like that? Are we about to be eaten by Astitia?
No idea. She's like...
Chum Chum hops on Molgromere's shoulders. Siren will come out and have a look. She probably yells out, like ships to port, I guess. Left is port.
Left is port. So port. Yeah.
Yep.
Shift to port.
2 ships port side, 450 feet away from us. It's rather close. They seem to be friends.
Okay. They're blinking out a hail.
They're hailing us, Captain, says Sodak.
Okay.
It's just a hello.
They're waiting for a response. Are you hailing back or?
Yeah, I guess Molgromere will come out and handle the hails, and Sebastian is going to follow. Oops. Siren will also follow, and she'll take the lead of sending the hail back. She's a decent sailor and has linguistics. So she just sends a neutral hail. Like,
okay. Are you in need of assistance? Many ships damaged.
Negative. Are you in need of assistance? Unfriendly. I don't know if dolphin is a word that we can translate, but unfriendly elf dolphins. Molgromere is fine with if these people are going to start threatening pirates and people in boats, then you're going to have a giant bunch of people on boats with a common enemy. So he's fine with chatting with what look like pirates. These guys do not look like merchants. They look like a pirate. Are they flying any flags? Any colors?
They currently are flying a flags indicating that they are merchants. They have merchants' flags currently flying.
Okay.
You suspect one of them has like a merchant's pleasure vessel type flag, and the other one has a flag that would indicate that it's supposed to be moving some form of meat, like food stuffs.
Okay. Molgromere will tell
the steamer is the pleasure vessel.
Us merchants have to stick together, and he will order the raising of our squib flag, which is the glass runner.
Okay.
The Corvinan merchant.
Don't recognize that ship. Did you get caught in it too?
Affirmative, dragged from Bloodcove.
Which captain?
Whatever do you mean? You first.
Would like to talk.
How far are we?
Follow us.
How far from Bloodcove are we?
You are like a day and a half or more. Strength in numbers.
So many vessels damaged. I don't know how trusting Molgromere is. There's supposed to be a pirate code, right? Like, we're not supposed to go out and hunt other pirates, correct?
Yeah, the pirates are not supposed to go hunt other pirates. Inter-pirate bullshit is meant to be kept to a minimum.
And they do not look like they're part of the chain, or the Yevon chain.
Not that you can tell. They've got both of their boats have primary modes of propulsion that aren't whipping people to make them go.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They don't hit people to make their boats work.
All right. Yeah, Molgromere is fine with following. we're gonna keep a fucking eye open, and we're gonna start spying on their ship, like with spy glasses, to see what we can learn from them.
Okay, are you changing course, or are they?
We will change course to follow. We will keep somewhat of a distance, like
Okay.
400 feet. Like a slow, lazy circle. Nothing too threatening.
All right.
What heading is what we...
Okay. They want you to go northeast. Right now you're heading basically straight east. They want you to sort of veer north a bit.
Destination? What's northeast on our charts?
Northeast on your charts, I think there's a big open space. There's not a lot of you're sort of be circling the Eye of Fathoms. Would be that. It'd be like going around the Eye of Fathoms.
Okay. Any little islands or...
Yeah, there's a scattering of small islands here and there. Nothing with like major populations.
Okay. All right, we'll follow for a bit.
Okay. You end up sort of following. They themselves. I'm just gonna.
Black Dog's men are resting below deck, but I mean like sitting down with their weapons. Molgromere's men will take over, and we've got the old crew as a bunch of rowers. Yeah.
Okay, there's as you're going forward, you travel for a few hours. You still following them? At this point, you can see a much larger vessel in the distance. I'm assuming Molgromere is kind of on watch.
Yep. He's gonna message to them, friends of yours.
They respond back, yes.
Which captain?
They respond back, Admiral.
All right. Did Sebastian, with knowledge local shackles, with Molgromere's help, understand what's going on here? Are we being led to do Imperial try? That's a crap.
give me a knowledge local.
Okay. First, it's Molgromere's aid, as Molgromere's pressing Sebastian for info. And then I think Siren will also aid on this. It's important enough. So +6. So Sebastian's with the aids is at a +30. He gets a 48.
48?
This isn't the admiral that went nuts on the island to the south, is it?
Not likely. Admiral's like a generic title, but normally the free captains don't tend to refer, like calling someone an admiral amongst the free captains is like overstepping the bounds. It might be a joke. It could also be a problem. So an admiral would only be something that would be...
At this point, Molgromere is going to steer the ship to a diagonal so that we're behind only one of them and not two.
Not two with them separated?
And
okay.
we're like traveling, keeping our distance from the big ship. Like as in, if they want to turn around and come get us, that's fine. But we're basically changing course. They're being somewhat obtuse. And fighting ironclads is not. It's very interesting. I think speedy sails are being ready. not cold yet, but Molgromere is checking the wind and like, how was the quickest way to get the fuck out of here?
Okay, give me a perception check. You can aid whoever is basically filling. You can aid whoever is filling the role of Ganzorg.
Yep.
Or do we like everybody who can see left the boat?
Molgromere's got a good. There's a bunch of +9s and 8s, so I think it's like there are the aids, and then Sebastian. Let's see if he's got a good perception. Oh yeah, big fucking goldfish eyes. Wow. Okay.
Oh, nice.
6, 7, 8, 12, and then Molgromere's perception, I think, is 14. No, 18. 37 on the perception check after the aids.
Okay, 37.
Mm-hmm.
There is another half dozen smaller vessels around whatever this massive frigate thing is. This ship, while it looks technologically disadvantaged compared to some of the Imperial ships that you have seen, like some of the massive caravels, this is a problem, and this fleet could definitely take that caravel. Like a shooting war with all the things here is not an intelligent thing to do.
Yeah, Molgromere is like, we'll flash. Sorry to interrupt. We'll be on our way. Have a good day.
Okay, the flags are changing.
Okay.
They are now flying Jolly Rogers.
Oh, fuck. Well, I guess we got to fly ours now. So we will fly ours.
Okay, they are flying the Jolly Rogers of the Tide-Reavers.
Okay. We'll mark this in our Tide-Reavers adventure notes. What do we know about the Tide-Reavers?
Give me a profession sailor or knowledge local.
Okay. What's 6? Molgromere. 13. Gotta roll some 8 first. 5. All right, this is coming from Sebastian. 48.
48?
ODM.
Okay, the Tide-Reavers are a amalgamation of cast-off pirates. They actually operate typically north of the Eye of Fathoms. This wouldn't be normally where they would operate.
Yep.
They are not pirates that are of the 101 free captains. They would be considered independents. You know that they have this admiral that they're talking about, assuming that there hasn't been a change in leadership, would be Admiral Richter.
Okay, and
they are basically like a nomadic society type thing. Like they go to these massive frigates that they have, or where they like dry dock their smaller ships and this sort of thing. They shouldn't be here. Would be the other part. Like it would be strange for them to be here so close to Bloodcove.
Welcome to the territory of the Bloodcove. The 101 free captains greet you. What brings you here? As we're keeping our distance from the flotilla.
Okay,
fleet or whatever you want to call this.
Yeah. Okay, their fleet is generally heading in your direction, and you're like banking off, or
yeah, we're not like,
because right now they're coming this way, and you're kind of
we're
coming to kiss.
No, we're resuming our course to Bloodcove.
Okay,
being very polite.
great politeness.
In the spirit of cooperation,
In the spirit of cooperation.
you should be warned that something fell in the lightning storm in the eye. Dolphins, elves, goddess, very angry at people in boats.
There's some signaling coming from the big frigate, the big massive flotilla. It is a pleasure. Many fell things upon Esticia's grasp. Her domain, or his domain, should be supported. Might you join for dinner?
Is there a some sort of blessing in Esticia where it's like we're gonna meet and understand that it's like a truce, like a meeting of waters? Some saying that would be like a test of,
We're streaming,
Sure.
right?
yes.
Give me a knowledge nature. If you worship Esticia, the DC is not very high.
Nature or religion?
Nature would also work. You could use knowledge nature or knowledge religion to try to, as an outsider, understand it.
Okay, Molgromere has both, and they're both equal. And Sebastian will be the one that probably leads the way. Sebastian will aid Molgromere. Molgromere's. So he gets a nat 20, so 40, which is a 2, 3, 4 plus 5. And then Molgromere has a plus 13, plus 5 for aid, and plus 4 for worshipping Esticia. He gets a 35.
Okay.
So he's going to flash back scripture that effectively means like letting him know, I'm a follower of Esticia. I'm willing to meet as long as it's where two waters meet, as in, and that there are peaceful waters after the meeting.
There's a pregnant pause, as apparently this communication takes longer for them to decipher, or there's some sort of...
At this point, we're still maintaining our speed away from the flotilla of pirates.
Okay, the ships that were shadowing you, they turned. They're now following. I'll switch their directions. Or they're now. I'm just gonna go like this.
Yeah.
They're now following you instead of you following them. And I'm gonna flip this.
And how many of those little ships are following us?
There are 8 of the smaller ships. They're not to scale yet. So the what's currently labeled as waste boats 3 are about the size of your ship. The steam powered boats are smaller, but they seem to travel pretty quick.
So this is about the size of our ship, and there's 8 of them.
No.
Okay.
This.
Those are the size of. Oh yeah, we're fucking out of here.
That would be the scale.
We're supposed to move.
This is a dry dock for those ships.
We're on Happy Barnacle. We encountered some pirates, and they turned out we thought they were part of the 101 pirates, but they're not. They're part of a group of pirates that are from way to the north. And there's a whole like flotilla.
So this ends up. These are the correct scales of the boats.
Okay. And how many of these?
There's 8 in total.
Wow. Yeah, we're outgunned. We don't even have full complement of guns on our ship, so.
Now, you upgraded your sails?
Yep.
Okay. You're pretty quick.
Over long distances, yes.
Okay. It signals back. Where would you find such calm water?
To one that respects the sea, here is fine.
Okay.
Molgromere will give a silent prayer when no one's looking to Pythia, and give the order to weigh anchor.
Whoa. Fuck on, man. Can we outrun these dudes?
Yes.
Why are we just doing that?
They haven't acted in hostile ways yet. They seem to be more interested in talking about the bullshit dolphin elf druid thing. Because that's going to affect
Yeah, well,
them
that
just
is
like-
a thing.
They're
That
not
is a
at
thing.
home anymore. So I think the Eye of Fathoms actually moved their flotilla into our territory. And now they're like, do you know what the fuck's going on? I think it's diplomacy time.
Okay. Did Sodak use anything during today?
No, he did spot this shit though. So
He's the one who spotted it, and then you shot one bullet.
Why would I do that?
Because you used the little telepathic rope thing to try to communicate down, and Molgromere was sleeping, so didn't actually see the rope wiggling around to touch it. So you
shot your
fired
gun
a
to get
gun to wake
everyone's
up the
attention
crew.
because no one was watching.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Nobody rolled well in their perception, so they started off bloody close. Not the massive float, not the massive frigate, but the smaller boats. Okay.
Molgromere
They agree.
Yep.
I will put a couple. So there are a couple of other of these, but they're I'm just going to put them off into they're not in aggressive positions. These ones do end up coming kind of around. None of them are going past your position, like they're not surrounding you, but they are securing.
Well, that's fine. All of our gun ports are closed.
Keep them closed.
Yeah, very
Keep them
close.
closed.
There's
Yep.
these things. There's 2 in the back, 2 forward. Give me a either profession sailor or craft shipbuilder.
It's probably sailor.
And by the way, it would not hurt to have permanent illusions of multiple cannons on a ship.
That's pretty cool. Permanent illusions, though, are like a 5th level spell.
Or you kidnap a bunch of pixies and say, make cannons.
You understand what I mean, right?
Yep.
Half of actually winning a battle is deceiving people, not actually fighting. So anyway. Okay.
All right, we get a 41 profession sailor.
Okay.
That's just Molgromere talking with Siren.
This frigate thing, you are 100% convinced you can outrun it. There's no questions. You should basically double that thing's speed.
Yep.
Okay.
The sailing ships, these should, like, if everybody had equal upgrades, it should be a coin toss on who's faster. These weird little steam things. What was your total?
41.
41. These things are already going faster than they should. These are it's like a riverboat design being out at sea, right? They're traveling really quick. You don't know what limits how fast they go.
Yeah, or whether they have a limited number of fuel or something.
They're like the mechanic.
I
about
love
it is
this
just-
dude just in the front, just like, hey, what's up? I'm here for your shit.
I like the word bastards written on the side of it, and what looks like barbed wire or fucking.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, this was the ship that originally said hello, and there's pirates.
I'm like, merchant flags bullshit.
This thing was flying the flag of a merchant pleasure vessel. Like that's what its flag said. Okay. If you drop anchor, they drop anchor and kind of like settle into these positions.
Yeah, a pleasure vessel for a gnome steampunk mage, maybe. This is awesome. I'm so happy right now.
This is great. All right. From where you are able to see some people sort of taking to the decks of these ships. There are basically women with long-looking weapon, long-looking firearms on some of these boats that are easily seen. There's some grimy dudes with grimy dudes that are also taking interest in sort of what's going on. There's some hoi polloi of warriors and sailors. Not going to drop those on. A small tug or a small but intricate vessel is being deployed from the big frigate.
Oh, they're coming to our ship.
They want to meet you on neutral territory. They're going to meet you in the middle. Neutral waters on a little boat. That's what they assumed was happening.
Everyone on their best behavior.
Captain, I will prepare defense of the vessel in case things go wrong.
Siren, you're on the helm. Sebastian, you're with me.
Captain,
and if they are to attack you, Captain, what should we do?
Captain, would you like a water walk?
Please, that would be an excellent idea.
Well, I can swim.
Yes, I will.
also
I will
hop
see what
short.
I can provide.
Short distances.
Okay, let's see what I can provide here. Okay, so I'm preparing my spells. How long have we been out here?
If they try anything fishy,
I don't like that term of phrase, Captain.
you're the fishiest thing that I've ever met.
Well, thank you, Captain.
We'll take to the water.
I suppose.
Marty, I have lost my longboats. Where the hell did I stick the damn things?
The longboats were to the top of the the top of the Barnacle.
Okay, here. I was just trying
Sides.
I've exhausted all my word. They're just right here. All right. Okay. So
Yeah, Molgromere and Sebastian will get into the long straw is too big for just two people, right? So
It's a smaller one. It's a larger one.
We'll get into the monkey's paw.
okay.
This shows a lot of balls. It's the captain and a goldfish.
This is massive testicles. So there are some
Captain,
sailors on this little boat.
What's that?
Captain, are you sure you don't want me along with you?
Is that Sodak?
Yeah.
Can you swim?
Yes, Captain. He has a move speed. He has a swim speed, sorry.
Sodak has a swim speed?
Yeah.
Yeah, then he's coming along. Basically, if there's any fishy business, we're going to jump into the water and... Can you hold your breath?
Quite a decent time, yes.
How long?
I think it's twice his con. Hold his breath for a number of minutes equal to 6 times its con.
Good.
6 times its con.
We'll dive down just out of sight and then we'll wait. The ship is to flee at high speed.
Yes, Captain.
Sodak will.
Would you prefer the water? Would you still need the water walk?
That will keep us from actually getting beneath. Do you have water breathing for yourself?
Water breathing, yes.
Save the water walk for now.
Hold on. Sorry. I have airwalk. Control F, water. I can't really prepare these. I didn't. What level is water breathing? Because if it's high level. Oh, it's only 3rd level, yes. Oh, it is prepared. Never mind. Water breathing is prepared, yes. I have airwalk and make cold greater. So, yes. Water breathing.
Welcome aboard, Tin Onion.
Thank you, Glass Bowl. So I'll cast it on Molgromere myself. I guess what's his name? Sebastian doesn't need it, but it'll give us
Obviously.
7 hours each.
Okay. We will row out in front of our boat or behind our boat because I think we're.
Yeah, I'll row. Obviously, you're the captain.
Okay, you see this boat being launched off the side. It's being lowered down. There's a bunch of dudes that get into it. There's somebody who's drinking some funny drink and then, throws it overboard. Rows its way. There are 4 men rowing the boat. There's a couple of dudes who look like to be, strong fighting men. And then there's a man with like pallid skin and a slightly odd look to him.
Okay. Do we recognize as the admiral?
None of the admiral. If the admiral hasn't changed, you would suspect that he would look kind of similar to the guy who looks weird, but you thought he had a better beard.
Okay.
Oh, this is the guy that looks a little weird.
Yeah, he's much weird looking.
That was a good movie.
Molgromere has in his hands one of the bottles of rum from Banta's reserve.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole barrel. There's plenty of it there.
Yeah, there's a weird pain in Banta's neck.
They Banta's got back pain. Okay,
The reason why he didn't get out of the vines.
You need Romaxis and rum. Okay, this launch makes its way forward. It actually maneuvers to be broadside, so I'll just move the people.
Do they have any guns on them?
Do they have guns? Give me a Sodak is there? Yes, they do have some firearms. In particular, the 2 raider-looking dudes are carrying sidearms.
Like these 2 guys?
Yeah.
Sidearms, no rifles.
No, they're not carrying rifles. There's this odd-looking man is looking towards your crew. His eyes blink out of sync. Like his left eye blinks and his right eye blink at different times. He has a holy symbol of Astitia.
Molgromere will stand up in the boat.
I assume we need to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, and just sort of raise the bottle of rum. He's got his holy symbol out.
You can see these 2 raiders are like you coming with rum. You can see them like elbowing each other. They look like they're happy with the idea of rum. Blessed be are those who survive Astitia's wrath.
So close to the Eye of Fathoms. we do the Lord of Water honor.
Every day we survive him, we do him honor.
I have brought with me water of a sort. Conquest over fire.
I bring with me only the gift of peace if you should take it.
Yeah, well, the boats will probably bump a little bit, and
Yep.
we'll tie a small rope very loosely. Molgromere will open the bottle. He'll take a swig, and he'll hand it to their boat.
Okay. They pass it around. They're happily going for a drink. The seer gives it a sniff before passing it around. He doesn't drink the alcohol.
Yep.
I see you are also blessed. I'm follower of Harrigan.
You're well informed.
Do you fly the proper Jolly Roger, or do you fly like a neutral Jolly Roger?
No, we fly.
You do fly a Harrigan
Yep.
Jolly Roger.
Harrigan just doesn't know we are.
The Harrigan just doesn't know that you're out here representing. It is dangerous to be on these waters alone. And it is dangerous times. Istitia.
He looks around. Your kind is never alone. We get by.
There are dark things below the water, and not just those of Istitia these days.
No. Was it the storm that brought you this far south, or are you here for a different purpose?
One could say we are wherever Istitia needs us to be, but this was not Istitia's doing.
No, it was not. And he kind of glances over his shoulder a little bit, but then he decides not to put Sebastian into the focus. My lore masters say that this was an ancient elven deity.
She means ill to our kind. My kind, your kind, his kind. He's motioning to Sodak. He hasn't really taken, unless the goldfish is doing something obvious, he hasn't taken note of the goldfish that you brought with you.
The goldfish is kind of just swimming like side to side in the goldfish bowl, but he is humming to himself.
Smarter than you, I'm the master, fuck you.
The goddess was once called the Wave Rider, the mistress of games. Her holy symbol is a dolphin. He doesn't really... They claimed we heard the words that came from the sea. They were not of Istitia.
We are men of the sea. It is not something that we would give up.
Rita Tricia has arrived, it said, and that our time is now. We were then, shortly thereafter, questioned by druids and dolphins, some of which looked angelic in nature, and were warned to either surrender or to leave the sea entirely. Molgromere, like, that last part, there's if you read deeper into his tone, it's like he has no intention of leaving the sea entirely.
No. Empty threats.
Druids, especially aquatic ones, and aquatic elves could wreak havoc upon our kind.
Our flocks always have challenges in the sea. He's like motioning to his pure-blooded humans around him.
Yep, Molgromere nods. Is the Admiral with you?
The Admiral is indeed aboard. But he was of the opinion that, well, better just to add to the numbers and not ask questions, as opposed to offering a chance for peaceful resolution and building of allies. We are in a bit of a conundrum.
As you clearly have us outmatched, we appreciate that you are willing to speak with us. Which is why we've been very open with the things that we've learned in the last few days. All those upon the sea should know about this threat.
And in this we are agreed, brothers of Istitia, and those of us who have also heard the foreboding warnings of an outsider god trying to bully their way here. That we
Actually,
can
she is here to return. She was once here, though,
Says Sebastian.
One of the eyes moves independent, like the fishy-looking eye moves
Yep.
independently.
Yep.
I did not realize you were so thusly blessed by Estitia.
This is Sebastian. And Sergeant Sodak.
We have a common enemy. And the enemy is this Trishina.
She was long thought to have been dead. Good aligned god of aquatic races. However, she was spurned. Originally, she was hopeful and believed in kindness. It suggests that she has returned with other things on her mind.
Hope and kindness are fleeting concepts. She has simply learned the cold, wet truth behind things.
I think she's going to attempt to ensure that only goodly folk are upon the seas. There's a distinct, how shall we say, in the elemental alignment of the multiverse, a very small population of goodly pirates.
We are men who survive. Goodliness has nothing to do with it.
Precisely, which means that she effectively, if we are to understand her motives or the motives of her followers, has declared war on us all.
Molgromere was holding his breath, just hoping that Sebastian wasn't going to be all
Don't be pompous prick.
mouthy like he was with the druids, but apparently he's understood the gravity of the situation.
Or that could be Captain 14. Admiral 14. We are in a predicament here, as the Reavers are enemies of the Free Pirates, as the Free Pirates believe that there should be rules in the sea and territories that are off limits. Tide-Reavers know that just because there is land does not make there a boundary. Oh, you have a little place called Shackles, and this is a thing that you want to keep to yourself. No.
If you're looking for allies, then perhaps we can temporarily put aside territorial disputes. If you were to respect the most sacred of our ports and special places, we would likely be more than willing to offer you free passage and even supplies from such places. I, of course, am but one pirate captain. But I'm sure that I could spread the word.
I apologize. You are Captain Molgromere, yes? Did you give his name? I can't remember it being a conversation. Yep.
No,
I think you started with your name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he nods.
And do you speak for all of those under Harrigan, or is this a personalized communication?
The situation is new. I have not had a chance to communicate with my captain. We only met several hours ago, and your presence here was most unexpected. However, given the threat that is here, it is most welcome to anyone who is wise.
You think it was unexpected? Fuck! There's one of the dudes. He ends up getting smacked upside the head for letting. I believe it is. Give me a sense motive around your offer for potential safe harbor or supplies.
Yep. Molgromere's fine with being the guy who brokers that deal. Might be a good way to gain some influence.
Mm-hmm.
We've also been doing odd jobs for the the asshole of Bloodcove. I forget what his name is. The Castellani.
Yeah.
The Castellani having the backup of these guys might help against the real assholes who are the
consortium.
The consortium. Thank you.
Yep. You're doing a fantastic job remembering stuff. A lot of these, when you make all the names independently and you put them all together, it's like, it's the C group. Oh, that's all the groups.
Yeah, the lawful evil guys who we've been fucking pirating. Maybe we should get some backup. All right, you wanted a sense motive, so I think Sodak is the one to lead here, Ahmed.
Sure. Sorry. Which I was looking something up. Which skill?
Sense motive. So Molgromere is going to aid you, and you rolled a nat 20, nice, and Sebastian's going to aid. So you've got a +6.
Oh,
You're
sweet.
a wisdom caster, so you should be good at this, sort of.
Okay. Oh, +9.
That's good.
Yeah. +4s and 5s. You get a +6 from the combined
+15
hits here. Yeah. There is a mind link that is Sebastian is going to put up between Sodak and Molgromere and the others, just so that we can chit chat.
28.
28.
28, including the bonuses.
He doesn't care about safe harbor. He does care about supplies. Like, supplies is actually... They care about supplies.
I cannot guarantee the outcome, but I can guarantee that I will stick my neck out to propose it. We have a understanding with the Castellani of Bloodcove.
Sorry, excuse me. How before we continue, how far are we from harbor?
A couple of days.
Oh, okay. I thought we were like...
No, we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Weeks.
Like, this would have been a giant chase, and
So we're only a few days out from harbor, so they're not like gonna starve or anything. Okay. Captain, if you want, you perhaps can offer them repairs. We might be able to do some repairs from make holes. I will not use.
Sodak, give me a...
I'm using this. This is like mind link, right?
Yep. Profession sailor or craft carpentry. I think you're one of the dudes who fixed the ships.
Yeah.
Give me... You're a lot closer than you were previously.
Firearms, alchemy, weapons, armor, sailor. Profession sailor?
Yep.
27.
27? So the ships that they have near your vessel are all in relatively good repair. The stuff that's further back kind of had the shit kicked out of them. They definitely need to... They are in need of some repairs on some of their vessels. They didn't get through the storm completely unscathed. There's a bit of a... you could use... Your ship, used as parts, could easily fix 3 or 4 of their vessels. If you're trying to think about their...
There's too many barnacles on it.
Captain, make holes on some of the key parts of those ships back there. Could be a nice bargaining chip, if you wish. Maybe.
Molgromere shrugs. I'm sure that they have some casters amongst their group. It is a 2-day journey back.
There are a few things I
Are you
can repair.
volunteering to travel with them, Sodak?
I'm volunteering to give my captain the upper hand in the conversation.
Okay, the seer is looking intently at you sitting there thinking. His eyes blink out of sync. Sebastian, give me a spellcraft or sense motive roll.
Yep, it'll be spellcraft.
We should look at him. Mind link. We're having a conversation.
32.
He definitely has arcane sight up or something similar.
That's
He's you can see him reading the different magical auras.
Yep.
This is the question came up of maybe they have casters. It's like, yeah, this guy's...
Yeah.
Well,
They're
he's definitely ascertaining our abilities right now. Of course, he'll only be able to see some of my abilities.
Arcane and divine are quite.
Fish dick.
A little bubble comes out of his mouth while he's laughing.
Arcane and divine are different.
Very well. If your fleet
If we could have some
would like-
sort of, you can understand the admiral, his trepidation, a gift or something to help ensure that this is not a trap would be most beneficial.
I would offer an exchange of hostages. Yes, if you will. Sergeant Sodak here is a priest as well as a crafter. He might be able to repair some of your items or boats, and Molgromere does lean over and sort of look back at the boats that are far off.
It's like, ew.
in the 2-day journey. Perhaps you, Seer, would be willing
Is
to
he
join
capable of crafting magical armament?
minor ones.
With the proper equipment and laboratory, then yes. Minor things.
2 days, but then I'll need him when we return to Bloodcove. If you'd like to accompany me, my quarters are rather comfortable, and you could be better acquainted with our blessed fish if you want. He is an endless font of interesting facts.
Oh, I'm the smartest thing I've ever met. Aside from my former master.
So many blessings, Vestitia. So much forbidden knowledge for such a small mind.
No, the mind is actually quite large. Good things come in small packages.
How deep beyond have you seen?
How deep beyond what?
Beyond the surface of creation.
Mm.
The fluid that flows through all understanding and all things that exist.
Are you talking about the magical weed? Or are you talking about the greater planes where the gods live?
The greater planes where the gods exist and where they were then created.
Mm. Very interesting. Yes, let's take him aboard. I'll have an amusing time speaking with this one.
We find your terms acceptable. Sodak, it was Sergeant Sodak, was it?
Yes, that's correct. You can just call me Sergeant if you wish.
You will report to Lieutenant Bauer.
Of course.
He will
Aye.
provide you materials with which to craft.
And I presume my equipment is to remain with me.
What is yours until it is not.
Do us
A weird curl, which is a smile, but it's a weird curl in his weird face.
Yeah. Do us proud, Sodak.
As you command, Captain.
Yes,
Okay.
your life depends on it.
Merely the semblance of freedom. The seer walks across.
Yeah, Sodak is on the other side. He'll grab one of the
Oh,
oars.
one of the raiders tries to give you a hand like you're a dainty princess. Like
He's 400 pounds. The boat moves.
okay, one of the guys at the back offers you some of the rum that they've been passing around.
No, thank you. Not with firearms.
Drinking and
bad
firearms
accidents.
don't make-
Drinking and firearms. That's rule
Bad.
number 2.
Bad accidents, trust me. He points to like a hole in his shell.
Okay.
he'll grab an oar.
Molgromere's gonna row. He's not gonna make the other dude row, and Sebastian can't. So
You look at him, Sebastian. You know what to do.
Okay, you
And I'm the
separate.
Seers, you're now your new character. Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. So first, Sodak,
Yes.
you're taken aboard this. It is called. Give me a second.
As a worshiper of God,
Yep.
I am very, very interested in all of this.
So this frigate or flotilla or is called the Choking Sunder. It is like a town or small city. It has a whole bunch of people, men, women, children. They've got a dry dock aboard the vessel where other ships can be brought in to be repaired. You do see that they actually have 2 bays in the dry dock, and they do have 2 other boats that are currently in for repair. They're in worse shape than their other vessels.
These ones need to be looked at immediately.
While you're there, you are introduced to Lieutenant Bauer.
Okay.
He is an intense fellow. He does. He's like in charge of crafts and defense of this effectively city for this group.
Mhm.
He takes you to a room full of a place for craftsmen. They seem to have a smaller number than you would think. Maybe they've all been deployed on other ships. And they basically ask you to make like magic staves, but the staves are like short and chunky is what they want you to do.
Well, can I do that?
Do you have craft arms and armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
The staff's like a tiny small staff.
Like
Can these be used in a cannon, maybe?
They're like cudgels,
like a beating stick.
like a beating stick. They would like you to make small wooden +1 fiery beating sticks, and they're providing you the materials to do such crafting. That's what they want you to work on.
Yes. If what's his name, Lieutenant Bauer, if you would also consider, I may be able to make the repairs to your other vessels faster.
We have plenty of men that can do such work.
Yes,
I am told that you are a weapons crafter. You will craft this sort of weapon.
Yes.
Yes.
I am also a cleric and can provide that kind of magic, but I will do as you command.
The cudgels need to be fiery.
Understood, sir. Very well. How many do you need?
As many as you can produce.
I'm
I'm going to need more supplies, Commander.
They're providing the materials. They need more time, is what they really need. And I'll go throw some guards. You are being watched by Lieutenant Bauer and a few of the guards aboard the vessel.
Okay, so the DC of a
Fiery cudgel.
Are the cudgels already made?
The cudgels are already made. It's
+1
they're being
fire.
described as cudgels. They're like
Small
barely
staff.
masterwork logs is effectively what they are.
Okay, so the DC for you for a flaming weapon is DC 20. You are not 10th level. You don't have the spells.
So this is weapons, right?
And a +2 weapon, market cost. I'd be surprised if you could create one of these in 2 days. Is $8,000. So that's 8 days to craft one. Unless we're starting from a +1 item.
We'll start from a +1. You can finish up one that's already in progress.
Okay, so then that's $6,000, which is 6 times 8 hours.
48 hours.
48 hours, and you can craft twice as fast. So in 24 hours of work,
I can
you
do a plus one.
craft